we are kicking things off with massive news shaking the NBA landscape. The Dallas Mavericks have made one of the biggest front office moves of the offseason by hiring Masai Ujiri as their new team president and alternate governor. This is a monumental shift, signaling a complete new direction for the franchise after a turbulent stretch that reshaped the team. Ujiri brings a proven track record, having built the Toronto Raptors into a championship organization and achieving the 2019 title. We dive into how this executive hire is set to redefine the future of Dallas basketball.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we look at the immediate challenge facing Masai Ujiri with the Mavericks' draft position. The Dallas Mavericks are entering a pivotal NBA draft, and Ujiri already has a significant dilemma ahead of him. With the team slotted at number 8 overall, the realistic prospects available to them do not perfectly align with Ujiri's long-established draft philosophy. We explore why this situation forces the legendary executive to potentially deviate from his preferred archetype to build around rookie Cooper Flagg. Now we turn to the long-term implications of this leadership change and the roster moves. We examine whether Masai Ujiri will be compelled to trade away established veterans to stockpile draft capital, potentially impacting players like Kyrie Irving or Pascal Siakam. This decision is critical as the Mavericks focus on building a younger timeline, and we ask if Ujiri will make tough decisions to restore credibility and turn a fractured situation into a contender. Finally, we address the biggest questions surrounding this massive hire. What does Masai Ujiri's arrival mean for the head coaching situation? We discuss whether his presence will put Jason Kidd's job in jeopardy and explore the potential coaching market surrounding the Mavericks. Don't miss a second of this action. Sign up for our free newsletter and follow us on X for the latest news. The Dallas Mavericks have executed a significant front office overhaul by hiring Masai Ujiri as their new team president and alternate governor. This move signals a definitive strategic pivot for the franchise following a turbulent period that has reshaped the organization. Ujiri brings a distinguished pedigree to the role, having successfully built the Toronto Raptors into a championship contender, culminating in the 2019 NBA title. His tenure with the Raptors and earlier with the Denver Nuggets was marked by consistent playoff appearances and strong overall team records, a consistency the Mavericks have reportedly lacked since recent leadership shifts. The appointment follows a 6-month search spearheaded by Mavericks governor Patrick Dumont, filling a vacancy that arose after the franchise dismissed Nico Harrison early in the season. This decision followed the fallout from the Luka Doncic trade, which sparked significant league and fan backlash. Following a disappointing start, ownership determined a complete reset of the team was necessary. Under Ujiri's leadership, the Mavericks' focus has shifted away from being entirely centered on Luka Doncic. The new direction emphasizes a younger timeline anchored by rookie star Cooper Flagg. The roster has also undergone substantial changes, notably the departure of Anthony Davis, as the front office prioritized regaining financial flexibility and draft control. The team concluded the season with a 26-win campaign, significantly underperforming expectations. With valuable draft capital, including a lottery pick, in hand, this offseason is deemed critical. Ujiri's background in scouting and player development is expected to rapidly influence the next phase of the team's development, given his history of drafting and developing stars like Pascal Siakam and Scotty Barnes. Furthermore, this hire integrates seamlessly with the Mavericks' broader restructuring efforts. The franchise recently added experienced executive Rick Welts as CEO in 2024. Pairing Welts with Ujiri establishes one of the most seasoned leadership combinations in the NBA. Ujiri now faces the monumental task of building the team from the ground up, restoring credibility, rebuilding fan trust, and transforming a fractured situation back into a contender. The Mavericks have not merely recruited an executive, they have brought in a proven architect to spearhead the rebuild. The Dallas Mavericks have officially appointed Masai Ujiri as their next team president, a high-profile move approved by Patrick Dumont. This appointment arrives as the team enters a pivotal NBA draft that could significantly reshape the franchise. Ujiri's established reputation is built on drafting long, versatile wings, but the Mavericks' current draft position presents a potential conflict with this established philosophy. With the Mavericks slotted at number 8 overall in the current draft, with a roughly 70% chance of selecting one of the 8th, 9th, or 10th picks, the team faces immediate challenges. While there is a 29% chance Dallas could leap into the top 4, a second consecutive top 4 selection is not guaranteed. Consequently, the most realistic targets for Dallas include prospects such as LaBaron Philon from Alabama, Braden Burries from Arizona, Darius Akuf Jr. From Arkansas, Kingston Flemings from Houston, Keaton Wagler from Illinois, and Michael Brown Jr. from Louisville. Critically, none of these players align closely with Ujiri's typical draft profile. They generally do not exceed 6'5", and while some offer defensive capabilities, they lack the long, rangy wing archetype that has defined his drafting strategy. Looking at Ujiri's previous first-round selections with the Denver Nuggets and Raptors, including Kenneth Faried, Evan Fournier, Bruno Caboclo, DeLon Wright, Jakob Poeltl, Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Malachi Flynn, Scotty Barnes, Grady Dick, and Jakob Walter, only Malachi Flynn falls under 6'4". 7 of these 11 players measure 6'7" or taller. Ujiri's preferred archetype is heavily featured on the Mavericks' current roster, making the draft an opportunity to build around Cooper Flagg, but the available prospects do not fit the mold. If Ujiri had complete freedom, he would likely target BYU's A.J. Dybantsa or North Carolina's Caleb Wilson. However, both are projected as top 4 locks, effectively placing them outside Dallas's realistic reach unless a major lottery shift occurs. This situation forces Ujiri into a clear dilemma. Given his standing as one of the league's top talent evaluators, the challenge is less about the draft range itself and more about an immediate test of his drafting philosophy. He will likely be compelled to deviate from his long-held archetype. Furthermore, while Ujiri focuses on building from the ground up, the Mavericks' most urgent needs are in the backcourt. With Kyrie Irving returning from an ACL tear, he is not a long-term solution at point guard, meaning the team must quickly identify a successor for arguably the league's most crucial position. Ujiri's mandate is thus effectively forced from the outset, to uncover talent at a position he has routinely deprioritized. The NBA landscape shifted significantly on Monday with the Dallas Mavericks announcing the hiring of former Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri as their new president and alternate governor. The move signals a major strategic shift for the Mavericks as they look to reshape their roster around young talent Cooper Flagg. Ujiri brings a distinguished executive background, having spent 15 seasons as an executive with both the Raptors and the Denver Nuggets, achieving a combined team record of 695-04. He is particularly renowned for his exceptional scouting and drafting capabilities, as well as his history of successful trades, including the 2019 acquisition of Kawhi Leonard, a deal that contributed to a championship. Now tasked with building around Flagg, questions are emerging about Ujiri's future moves, particularly concerning his past associations. With the Mavericks finishing 12th in the Western Conference last season, Ujiri may feel compelled to trade established veterans to accumulate draft capital, aiming to build a roster that aligns better with the team's long-term timeline. While players like Kyrie Irving are already on the roster, the team has limited options that would yield a comparable return to an established star. Analysts are speculating on potential trades. Given Ujiri's history of trading away all-star caliber players such as DeMar DeRozan, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and OG Anunoby, there is speculation that Kyrie Irving could be the next figure to be moved. The future of the Mavericks roster and Ujiri's next major decision remains to be seen. The Dallas Mavericks have made a significant organizational shift with the hiring of Masai Ujiri as team president and alternate governor. Ujiri brings a distinguished track record, notably leading the Toronto Raptors to their sole championship in franchise history in 2019, with Patrick Dumont expressing confidence in his ability to achieve similar success with the Mavericks. This new leadership structure raises questions about the team's future coaching direction. NBA insider Mark Stein suggests that Ujiri will likely be consulted regarding the head coaching position, specifically whether he will push to hire his own preferred coach. This mirrors past scenarios, such as the Raptors where incumbent coach Dwayne Casey remained for several seasons after Ujiri's arrival. The Mavericks recently extended contracts for head coach Jason Kidd in consecutive years, following his run to the NBA Finals and renewed interest from the New York Knicks. However, speculation suggests that if Kidd generates external interest this offseason, the team might be more inclined to allow him to depart. Several head coaching opportunities exist, including roles with the Orlando Magic, New Orleans Pelicans, Chicago Bulls, and Portland Trail Blazers. While the Blazers are reportedly offering a low opening, the Pelicans and Bulls are not considered ideal fits for Kidd, and the Orlando Magic situation is complicated by the recent dismissal of former Mavericks assistant Jamal Mosley. Despite the uncertainty, it is unlikely the Mavericks would let Jason Kidd leave at this juncture. Given his status as a franchise legend and the reliance Patrick Dumont placed on him this season, Kidd is expected to have at least another season to demonstrate his ability to lead winning teams. Should the Mavericks choose to move on, the coaching landscape presents interesting options. Billy Donovan is a potential fit for the Orlando Magic job, while Steve Kerr's future with the Golden State Warriors remains uncertain. Other potential moves include promoting assistant coach Frank Vogel or bringing back Sean Sweeney, who is favored for the Chicago Bulls job. There is also lingering interest in bringing back Jamal Mosley. Historically, Masai Ujiri has not replaced a coach upon taking a new role, having allowed incumbent coaches to remain in previous positions. The Mavericks' decision regarding Jason Kidd and the subsequent coaching market will be a key focus for the franchise moving forward.